team, we have like in December we are having 2 conferences and organizing a conference and mobilizing all the stakeholders along with the project work which we do at CSDMS is really challenging, and like we need like efficient multitaskers to like because we have to like coordinate with all the stakeholders. We have to create the agenda of the program agenda, we have to arrange the logistics as well, and like the participation in our last E-India which we had in November, it was around 4 to 5,000 people were there on the same like for 2-day conference. So it is a very high level of challenge and like tiring kind of task to bring all 4 to 5,000, because bringing 5,000 means approaching around double of them.
One of the most important things I can tell you is like take the case of youth, work with youth. I started this work in 2009, and only this year we are now finalizing next medium-term action plan for next 5 years. And this term youth has been now reflected in the vision statement of the institution, whereas 4 years ago we didn't have any youth activities at all. I mean, we had been doing trainings, but nothing was that exclusive. But now it's reflected in the vision statement itself. So I think that's really important, and that's a good achievement.
Yeah, great. Thank you.
We have been recognized by Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation on the Global Library Program, and they have given us the funding to make all our centers ICT-enabled centers, and they have given the capacity building grant. The capacity building grant means the capacity of the staff. Building the capacity of the staff to learn the nuances which are there and build their capacity to really have an effective impact of the program at the grassroots level, and simultaneously providing the infrastructure and the capacity building of the communities who are managing the global library movement. So this holistic approach really helps us to make a change with the communities with whom we are working.
Biggest experience is when, for instance, when any people comment on our work. People say, for instance, there was this person from, I think from somewhere in UK. He was working in collaboration with some organization in India. He said he got this much information, an archive of information from the portal, and not many people know about this portal and things like that. And the training that we do helped us a lot, because the training that we do is open access information. The information, we put the information in Drupal. The India Environment portal is in Drupal. It's all in-house only. So everyone puts in the effort. So we tell the people how to make a website of your own, how to put the information on your own. It's nothing very technical or very difficult to do. So people, when they see, okay, what we are saying is very approachable, anyone can do it, and people come in, and when they make their own small websites and things like that, we are happy with it.
I think one of the biggest barrier is that we've worked a lot on the incentivizing the supply side for using evidence, but even if we are trying to work on the demand side with policymakers and encourage them to use evidence, I think it's very, this is an area where we should do more, and I think there's the organization, my organization was still struggling in having a really, I think we still need to put in place, because we're a fairly young organization, to put in place a really like overarching policy engagement strategy, looking at both sides. Having a comprehensive approach. Yeah, understanding. Funding. Basically funding demand-driven research is one thing, but it's one step. It's not really making sure. It's not enough to reach to. There's a big step. There's several steps afterwards to really generate evidence-informed policy. So I think we're all struggling with that.
In the sense that biggest barrier is that One is in case of our project, where getting involved the professionals on a voluntary basis is a very difficult task, because people are maybe because of the shortage of manpower or the funding, non-availability of funding, it is very difficult to bring together the professionals to contribute on a voluntary basis. That's what one difficulty. Other difficulty is in terms of users, wherein that many times we do organize some programs in order to make them literate. Sometimes we get we don't get a good feedback, and so in the sense that good participation is not available. Maybe it's because we have a kind of facility wherein that people think that they are smart enough to dig out information. So that's how we assumed it. But still, what I do is, as and when I come across something new, I just disseminate it through email. It is left to the users to accept it or not to accept it. So, but kind of classroom kind of a teaching, we do undertake rarely, because once in a year, I think, whenever the new students come in. But frequent training we would like to undertake, but only the participation is very, very low. But outside the organization, within, if you go for a particular kind of a refresher or orientation program wherein the participation is a bit increasing, I think it again depends on the kind of, I told you, they're smart enough within the organization, because we have all kinds of facilities, where outside people don't have that kind of facility. When they learn about new thing, they think that okay, it's very good because something new we are learning and which is going to be helpful for their work.